Live, reminding you of your personal genius and how you think in order to actualize what you desire.
Hello, remarkable folks. Today at Lead Live, LEAD standing for Leadership Excellence and Achievement on Demand, we're talking about leveling up, honoring others. Why? It's the right thing to do. Scripture, philosophical texts, other texts, including research articles, convey the importance of giving unconditionally and receiving guaranteed results that literally is multifold what we gave just by honoring others. I say honor others just because we can. So yes, it's the right thing to do, guaranteed results, but even more profound, even if there were no results, the level of intrinsic benefits, the feelings we get from knowing that we're honoring whoever the other is, loved ones, children, partners, husbands, wives, best friends, colleagues, people with whom we work across the globe, our immediate supervisors, those we are responsible for leading. And hopefully we lead with distinction, where we model awesome behavior just because we can. It's part of honoring others. And so when we don't know people, we honor them in different ways, right? We honor them with months, like this month is Black History Month. We honor those who are no longer here with us physically, yet they're legends. Some known to a lot of people, too many, most folks don't know, and that's why we illuminate them. And then others who are alive, we get to honor them now because of the legacies they're building with others. And I emphasize others because it is extremely rare. It's possible. It's extremely rare that any one of us will build a legacy alone. We'll be able to be successful by just using our own knowledge, our own competencies, skills, and abilities without the help of others. Even if we never met those others, we didn't build a lot of the tools that we use in order to demonstrate our genius that has values, that allows us to honor others. I think of all the things that I get to experience in a given day, even if I stay within my office the whole day, or I walk my dog in an hour. What I get to witness, what I get to use, to leverage in order to be able to pay it forward is a reflection, a result of so many people who contributed in remarkable ways. So when I say honor others, I am not just talking about the classic Black History Month, which should be what we do throughout the year, the Lunar New Year celebration, honoring the traditions, different ancient cultures, Women's History Month, Father's Day, Mother's Day, giving thanks during a particular day, Thanksgiving. Ideally, we're providing gratitude to ourselves and others on a daily basis, throughout a day, whether it's explicit or implicit in our behaviors. We're sharing gifts at different times of the years. We think that's the time we save up for the year and we go and splurge and we provide gifts. Well, what about providing gifts throughout the year? Gift of time, gift of energy, gift of solutions, in addition to gift of money and other hard, tangible gifts. Of course, we honor people on their birthdays. If you're better than me and you remember the days, and you're probably brilliant, some of you, if not all of you, you put them on your calendar. Valentine's Day, You honor people you really love, you care about, or you just want to treat them, surprise them. Whatever days you choose to leverage, you honor 4th of July for a particular reason. In other countries, you honor other kinds of days. There are particular things we can do to honor one another. And it usually begins and ends with honoring the self. So I always ask myself, what do I have to forgive myself for? That's part of honoring me. Because I don't do things perfectly. I wasn't built to be perfect. I was built to live a genius. And perhaps I have more than one genius. And so the degree to which I'm authentic and I'm honest with myself and I lean in and learn and grow and leverage other people and act according to my vision, my mission, my values, all of a sudden I experience more fully my genius. But sometimes I don't meet the benchmarks I've established. So I ask myself, what's the learning there? And sometimes I take steps that I know will not serve me, so I have to forgive myself for that. And then I ask others for their feedback, and then I may find that I'm forgiving myself for making a misstep that I didn't know I made, and yet I left the other person in a space where they felt less than or altered in a way that didn't work for them. It's part of my own honoring me, forgiving me first, and then, of course, forgiving others. Even if one's intentionally harmful, undermining the benefit I have from forgiving, I let go. I let my body get back to a state of, or sustain the state that is healthy. It ensures minimal stress so I don't end up creating complications in my life that's manifested in my body, in my emotions, in my thinking, in my doing. So always forgiveness, always gratitude, always. Even if you don't understand why that person's smiling at you, they may have a joke in their head and it may not even be about you. And you're like, oh my God, they noticed that my nose has something on it or my hair is not completely combed or my clothes is, maybe there's something off. When in fact, what you could do is just simply in your head say thank you. And if the opportunity is provided to even say thank you to them directly, that's honoring their smile. If they say, well, why are you saying thank you? Say, you've got this awesome smile. And that may lead to a conversation that may lead to something else. I'm reminded of this genius of a spirit, like many, if not all of you. We're genius of spirits when we allow ourselves to just be who we are in healthy, responsible, respectful ways. She and I were building something. I just met her for lunch. She's excitable and exciting. And she'd done things that were remarkable that made it very clear she was going to take off. She's from another country. And as Ogbu, who is no longer here, Dr. Ogbu, who was a researcher for years at UC Berkeley, he write these articles after conducting this research, and he'd do this seminal research. Many of us would read it because it taught us a lot about the nature of how we function within these United States compared to those who are newcomers, especially the first generation and the second generation. And he tracked how they behaved in relationship to so much. And that there's this newcomer, this immigrant mindset that leads many of them, not all of them, not guaranteed, but many of them to greater successes than those who were born here in these United States. And why is that? And just tracking them over a time, even generations, found some things to be consistent throughout. There's an expectation. People are told around the globe, the US, that's where your dreams not only can be, but will be fulfilled. You can manifest here. They come here and they find, oh my God, there's nightmares to all of this, there's struggles, but we're supposed to be able to do it. So they're predisposed to doing it at different levels. Some extraordinarily successful because they attract to them what will allow them to actualize for themselves, for their families, and more. Well, that woman was of that spirit. And so she had a mindset that I share, and that not all people understand. And so, because they don't understand it, they may not share it. And too often people don't share it, which is an understanding that when you think a thing, you're in the process of creating it. Doesn't matter what that thing is, good, bad, or indifferent. So she understood her power to think a thing, but do more than that, and make certain that that thing was aligned with her vision of what she wanted to accomplish. She had already built businesses, sold them, built another business, was developing it, and it was going to be over the top. So she was looking for investors. She was in a part of the state of California where there are a lot of investors wearing tennis shoes, old cars, look like they're ready to break down, but these are billionaires, millionaires who just don't wear their stuff on their sleeves. So she was walking in a community, going from her vehicle to get to her destination, and this guy was walking in the opposite direction, not aware of who he was or what he could do or any of that. It was not relevant. She just said hello, and it led to a conversation. She honored him. He didn't know who this woman was. He's over 6'7". She's like 5'3" with some heels on, makes her about 5'5", 5'6". She's elegantly dressed. He looks like he's just kind of trying to figure things out. They have a lovely conversation, only to find out this gentleman is wealthy beyond any person she had ever met. But more powerfully, he was connected to the kind of people she needed to take her business to the next level. And you can say, oh, it's a coincidence. Well, coincidence usually suggests that that happens one or very rarely. Well, for her, it would happen every week. She thought a thing, she decided was going to happen, and so she just treated everybody, honored everybody as though everybody was part of that, her outcome. And it didn't matter that they were like this gentleman with all these assets who was predisposed to help her, because all she did was say, hello, how's your day? In her own beautiful, welcoming way. He could have just looked at her and shined her and kept walking. She still would have been happy because she at least did what she's wired to do, to honor him. So not only did he feel honored, he leveraged his network to ensure that her next business took off, and that it did. I won't share her private story because that's her private story. The power of that story is in with all of us. When you think about you and how you honor you, how you honor others. You think about someone one day, and it's like, oh my God, I remember that experience that was wonderful. Many years ago, I haven't talked to that person. Phone rings, it's that person. No surprise. That's just the universe responding to what we think about, what we feel intensely, literally creating the vortex, Texas in space, if you will, to allow that to come straight through pretty efficiently. And sometimes it happens in a week, sometimes it happens in a month. The issue is time is not linear. When we're open to whatever, we get the gifts. I'm often reminded, or I remind myself, of wearing glasses and saying, I can't find my glasses, and being in a meeting or walking someplace and people touching me on the shoulder and smiling and even laughing and saying, glasses are in your head. Or the glasses are on. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't see. Well, I need to clean my glasses, the lenses. In the same way, I'm looking for my keys. They're in my pocket. I'm looking in my billfold because I thought I'd just put the key in there, or I'm looking in my bag or my purse or whatever it is. And it's right there. Think about it. As you honor you, as you honor others, as you honor not only your vision, the vision of others, things happen. So how do you do it? You thank others because you can. You spend time listening to understand and to demonstrate your understanding of others because you can. You acknowledge how what you do is a direct result of that other. You write it down in a message. I remember my assistant here, Jethro, he said something to me about the gifts that we're sending out to our clients and team members. He said, whatever you do, just write the personal notes. And it just hit me. I was going to print the notes and sign it. And I thought, wow, yeah, we like receiving personal notes that are in writing. And then by doing that, I personalize each note. It's a lot of writing. And it felt good. Thank you, Jethro. So we acknowledge how we do what we do as a direct result of the insight of others or the contributions of others in writing a book. I have frequently said in my own spirit, thank you to that person who wrote the book who's no longer alive, that I get to benefit from that book. And it's even better when they're alive and I'm able to send them a note, whether it's through text or email or otherwise, saying thank you. Think healthy, positive thoughts about them. They may never know it's you, and yet they may get a chill in that moment that causes them to release that cry that they've held on for a long time. And when they release, they're releasing toxins from their body. And when they breathe in, they're breathing in those positive, affirming thoughts. And as they breathe out, they're releasing more toxins. As they breathe in, they're bringing in more of the healthy prayers and meditations that you and others may be sending out to them. Expect the best in others. Expect. It's not about what they've done historically or even just moments ago. Expect the best in others. Even when they're in front of you and they're spewing the most incredibly harmful words about you, about others, expect the best in others. Share your unconditional love in a way that throws them off their axis. I was talking to someone I value so deeply, and yet I've only known him for a couple of years. I've actually not known him, but I've known about him for a couple of years, and I am so grateful to be able to leverage him. People call him Papa Cap, and when I met him, I understood why. Mr. Greg Cap, the Honorable Mr. Greg Cap. A lot of accomplishments in his short life of 69, 70 years. What is so powerful is that I was able to at least go to him to thank him when I was at a low. And I'm rarely at a low, and yet I'm human. And part of experiencing low is to know what it means to get back to high and inspire the others to do the same. And yet I didn't want to tell anybody about that being that low. And it was because of an experience I had that I won't share here because I want to honor that experience as it is and release it as I have done and continue to release it. Just to remind us all that we get to experience things that are so uncomfortable and then get to right size ourselves in a way that gets through that discomfort within seconds, definitely within hours. And depending upon what it is, without a doubt, within days. Seconds, I love. And knowing you have people you can go to not talk about that, to rehash it, to keep it alive, but to say, thank you for being a person I could think about, to remind me that I can release it in seconds. And so I did. And so I do. And I encourage you to do the same. And you do it when you turn that around and understand your values are about respect of everybody, independent of their behaviors. And I say something different than what many people refer to. They said, well, treat people the way you want to be treated. I don't think I've ever done that because most of my young life, I didn't even believe I was worthy. And yet I treated people with respect, greater respect than I respected myself. And so I say, treat people honorably, independent if you understand what that means fully for yourself. And then start and end with honoring yourself, even if it's just words initially. Or before you know it, you do it daily, morning, evening, afternoon. You're thinking about it. You've got it written down. It's on your computer. It's on your phone. Honor you. I honor me. I Honor that I know so much. I'm able to do much. I'm able to contribute. I'm able to make a difference. I am the difference I seek. I am. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and it's you because you did it. And you drew to you the likes of folks who honor you and remind you of your capacity. That's honoring. Honoring enables you to own your power. That's your big vision for your life. And support the visions of others. Oh, goodness. Be sure to forgive yourself on this journey. This journey can be harsh, ridiculous. It can also be so much fun, joyful, happiness inspired. Welcome it all in terms of growth. Too much of what we're exposed to can harm us. Remember to listen to, learn from, observe what, and do that brings you happiness, joy, and great fulfillment. That's what we want to remind you of today. February, brilliant month. March, exceptional. April, absolutely awesome. May, off the charts. June, profound. January, so July through January, so exciting. We can't even imagine how great the breakthroughs that will occur because of what we're doing that's fundamentally all over the top right now. So what does our team do? At Signature Solutions Corporate Results, leveraging the fastest growing leadership development financial services organization in these United States, Pinnacle Elite. What we do is we provide high quality education. This is our way of honoring everyone. 95% of the population in these United States have marginal, if any, financial education. 5%, plenty. And so when people think, why do the 1%, the 2%, the 5% have so much wealth? Begins and ends with financial education. Honor yourself when you have it. You honor your faith, your family, your fitness, and ensure that you have more fun when you have the financial education to build the money freedom that provides the time freedom, the location freedom, that another one of my extraordinary colleagues, we're able to leverage, Dr. Quinde says, the freedom of time, of money, of location is what most of us seek. And when you think about it, it's possible that all of us seek that. Starts and ends with high quality education. That's what we do. Rules of money, recession-proof industry, tax-free retirement, protection of assets, long-term care, real estate preservation, home-based income, principal protection, increasing cash flow, becoming financially independent, college plans, access to high-quality solutions to build one's legacy now and ensure generational wealth. That's what we're doing. That's what we do. That's how we honor you and everyone. How do you honor you and everyone? Think about that and congratulate yourself. No, it's not about ego. Be grateful to you for choosing, whether you're anonymous or someone knows you or everyone knows you in your community. It's not the issue, right? It's the issue is having at the center and honoring of others. It will pay you extraordinary dividends, but more profoundly than financial payment will be the overall fulfillment. Because as we live this life, we get to experience abundance. We choose what that is. clean air, clean water, excellent organic foods, beautiful clothing, great environments, great people at the core, at the beginning and the end of the day. We don't take with us a lot of the physical assets that we may value. In fact, we take zero. We take the loving relationships, the values, the knowledge that we built a legacy that will last for generations. So honor you, honor yours, honor others. You pay it forward for all of us. And when we all do it, oh my goodness, the nonsense, the harm, the betrayals, all that negative stuff, I won't speak into existence anymore of that nonsense. It just goes away. And what's there is all the stuff that renders us happy, healthy, joyful. Faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. That's what we're about. Go forth, be you, the best of you. We honor you. Why don't?